Welcome back to Dungeon Port Studios. I am Caprinigh, and today we're going to continue playing C14 Dating, and that's it. I think there's some words I've yet to look up on how to pronounce, but we'll worry about that later. But I do have a list of some of the words right here. Okay, and let's get started! Yay! It's starting to sound rowdy over there. I could even hear the hollering and cheering over the video game music. A large silhouette appeared near my tent, and I yanked out my earbuds. Mel, are you around? Over here! I'm in the yellow tent! He gave the tent a slap and knock, rattling the fabric. I zipped it open and poked my head out. Oh, yeah, I think this guy's gonna be my favorite. So far, he's pretty cool and he's pretty chill. And I was not expecting that, based off his looks. Okay. Something up? I thought you'd rather socialize than hole yourself up in your tent. Want to break some language barriers? Oh no! He held out a raspberry-flavored beer bottle and swayed it before me. Although by then we'll all be incoherent anyway. Ah yes, drinking, a universal pastime. Should I join in? Let's party. Party responsibly or decline for now. Let's do it responsibly. I'll join in. Are there any non-alcoholic drinks available? DeAndre held the bottle close as he tried to recall. There's orange juice and cola, I think. If there's diet cola, that'd be great. Diet? Got it. I'll meet you by the campfire. Oh yeah, I forgot. I kind of almost forgot we were diabetic. I wonder when that's gonna come up. Eventually, is Melissa going to get sick or pass out? And then whoever we're interested in is gonna find out? I'll take it easy tonight. I'm sure it'll be fun. I wish I had a beer after all. I could use the extra courage. I glanced around the crowds and took a tiny sip of my drink. DeAndre had wandered off somewhere, being the social butterfly he was, and I felt like I lost my connecting link to everyone. Oh, I hate that. I hate getting left alone at parties. But I say that as if I go to parties ever, really. Usually I socialize just fine, even in a room full of strangers, but the language barrier isolated me. Is this how a wallflower feels? I exhaled wearily, wondering if I should retire for the night. When I looked up, I noticed a girl standing by herself. Oh, she's adorable! I think we saw her when we were all waiting around for Augustine to say something. She glanced around before, fiddling with her nails. Was she waiting for someone or felt left out too? She's cute. Can't hurt to say hi, right? I approached her from the side, then stood a little ways from her. When we made eye contact, I gave her a friendly wave and she smiled back. Hello, je ne parle pas français. Et tu? Et toi? She grinned and pointed at herself, and the mistake dawned on me. I messed up already! I combed my fingers through my hair, then shook my head dramatically. As embarrassing as it was easier to laugh it off, and the girl giggled. I thought we were only dating guys. Is she gonna be a love interest, or is she just gonna be a friend? Je parle français, peu. I speak French very little. I speak English well. I can see. After exchanging a laugh, I offered my hand, and she accepted warmly. I'm Melissa. Joan. You're from the America? Yes, I'm from the States. I hope you like Belgium. Very small country, not like States. Again, I'm not gonna bother with accents, cause I don't know, I'm not good with them. But I don't think I've ever really tried either. I like it a lot, it's beautiful. I'm glad. Our chat was short. It's slightly clumsy due to the language barrier. But Joan was patient, and we enjoyed the interactions. She perked up when she heard someone calling for her, and she gave me a little nod before excusing herself. I need to figure out a voice for her, maybe. That wasn't so bad. I really need to work on my French though. I should get some sleep. I wonder what different it is if we did decide to drink a beer or whatever. I made it to the tent area when I heard a loud smack, followed by gasps and roaring laughter. It was coming from the other side of the building, and I muffled a yawn. Sounds like they're having fun, but I don't want to be too tired to dig tomorrow. Or would we in the morning be complaining about having a hangover or something? I don't know. But I'm kind of curious now, but oh well, too late. I sat at the table, munching on a piece of toast. It was pretty packed, and as usual, I was located near the end while the livelier conversations took place in the middle. Morning! Slept well, I hope? I did, surprisingly. You guys were pretty loud. I think most of us retired around 1 a.m. The rowdier ones partied until 4. They will have a hard time focusing in the cave today. I can imagine. Oh, speaking of cave, I finally will be working in the cave. Ah, nice. Were you waiting on your photograph? Yep. Some squares had to have their pictures retaken for better resolution. I may or may not work in the lab longer though. Mr. DuPont will be hurrying to approve other students' pictures too. You could always ask Sherry. I think she has some authority here too. Sherry? Sherry Keller, my professor. Of course, Americans address teachers by their first name. Is it different here? Really different. In fact, I think some students mistook Sherry for your grandma, professor overseeing their students in an elective. Unheard of. I don't think I was ever that close to a teacher to call them by their first name. No one calls their teachers by their first name, and it's always strictly formal. If you want to talk to your professor, it's by appointment only. I wonder how I'll do in an environment like that. That's one thing I miss about New Zealand. It wasn't as rigid, and I've gotten so used to it, I practically had reverse culture shock coming back. There's a lot of things I miss in New Zealand. Planning to return there one day? You bet. Eventually, I started saving up recently. Travel is darn expensive. He laughed at my nod of agreement. The plane tickets here alone had cleaned out my savings. Everything else was from begging my parents to fund me for this trip. Checking the time, I chewed the last of my toast and gulped down the water. I'll see you at the cave then. I can't wait till we get to the part where I die, where something happens, cause we're diabetic. Cause obviously that has to play some part in the plot, right? Or we could just be a normal person. They're normal people too. I'm gonna stop talking or else I'm gonna sound weird. Are you sure you'll be fine alone? Yeah, my parents got all concerned when they learned I no longer have a traveling partner. I was strongly advised not to go off on my own since it's my first time being this far from home. Although I tried to be nonchalant about it, my sulkiness still surfaced. It's probably for the best. However, I'm sure you'll make friends and be able to venture out more. If you like, I can ask some of the students to see if they're interested in hosting you on the weekends. Me, I'd hate to impose. I know you're reluctant, but it would be nice to spend time with students outside the dig site. Oh, are we gonna room with Joan? True, and see more of Belgium too. It's a shame Paige couldn't make it. Where are you staying anyway? Oh, at a colleague's. I've known him and his husband for years. I would bring you along, but it's a small house and... She trailed off and I nodded understandingly. I did not want to impose on her catch-up time with friends. Will the museum be completely locked up once Augustine leaves? Everything save for the back entrance so you can access it. You can lock it from the inside at night. I imagine you'll be sleeping on the second floor? Yes, Augustine already set up an air mattress for me and I moved some of my belongings. I think we've gone over everything then. There's leftovers in the fridge and the Wi-Fi will remain on. Oh, we're already at the weekend already. I heard the laboratory door opening and closing, and Augustine flashed me a warm smile. All of the other students had left for home for the weekend, and it was just us three, soon to be one, now that they were ready to depart. Melissa, I assume Sherry has gone over everything? Yes. Wonderful, although this is the first time in many years someone had remained here alone. There was an ominous yet playful smirk, and I could not help but be wary. Why? They are scared of the wrath of the Neanderthal whose bones we found. I think I'll survive these 48 hours, Augustine. What a brave girl. I hear it gets very eerie at night. Oh, and Sherry was making a weird face. Oh, I would hate to be alone, but at the same time I would feel weird about going out of my way to ask other people, like, hey, can I stay with you? I don't know. What am I more afraid of, the dark or social interaction? We exchanged goodbyes and I heard the clicking of the front door being locked. When it got very quiet, I pushed the thought of ghosts out of my head. I have a whole museum to myself. I I bet not many people can say that. Gonna be like the night at the museum. Huh, the lights are on. Is someone here? What's all this? There were multiple wooden trays laid out on the center table. Each contained various rock samples along with paper slips labeled under each one. I approached and peered at the trays. I think calcaire, the sheath, grass. Were they studying something, or would this be a part of another upcoming lecture? We need to get permission before handling. I don't want to get in trouble. I should ask first before I start picking up museum property. Nestled against the wall was a small table. Usually it was bare, but now there was a laptop and someone seated in front of it. Excuse me, law? Oh, this guy! Yep, we're just missing this one last dude. Oh man, he's got tattoos. Oui, comment, please, I don't know. Je ne parle pas français. Sherry student, I presume. He approached me casually and stood beside the table. Yes, I'm Melissa Flores. I should probably learn how to pronounce our own last name. Studying under Sherry, pleased to meet you. He offered his left hand and I accepted it with a firm shake. Hendrik, Lucan, whatever. I'm sorry. At your service. I'll look it up later. Hendrik, the geologist? Augustine's nephew? That's me. I was supposed to be here earlier, but was caught in a landslide of work back in Germany. Thought I'd catch up on a few things before Monday. So this is this guy that got mentioned before. He jutted his chin toward the samples. Were you going to ask about those? Yes, I didn't want to poke around without permission. Can I? Feel free to look around if you'd like. Merci. I picked a rock up, the one labeled calcaire. This material was everywhere in the cave. Limestone. I placed it down and examined one beside it labeled shale. Where did this collection come from? From one of the cabinets? It's mine, actually. Many of the rocks are ones I've dug up or personally found. I thought it'd be nice to have some examples to show the students here, especially if they can't tell the difference between chert and shale yet. And what is the difference? He eagerly motioned me over to the tray, picked up a dark rock, and offered it to me. It felt grainy in my hand. First off, shale is composed of silt and clay, and it's a very soft rock. You've probably seen shale at road cuts or by the riverbanks. And this is chert. We need to look that one up too. You can already note the waxy luster, and it's much harder than shale. I held a sample in my other hand. It also felt smoother than shale, almost like glass. Ooh, this is what you need to keep an eye out for. A lot of stone tools were crafted out of chert. Fortunately, they tend to stand out like new when you uncover them. I can tell you've given this lecture many times. I'm guessing most students here have never worked with rocks before. Yep, many are into art, computers, or music. I returned the rocks to the rightful spot. Oh yeah, I forgot this is like something that all sorts of students have to do, not just like ones that are interested in anthropology or archaeology. There. What were you doing in Germany? Pretty much what I do here. Supervise excavators, examine and compile soil samples, figure out the stratigraphy. I essentially chalk out a map of the cave to study the sediments and its history. That sounds difficult. You'd think sedimentary formations would be more straightforward? Older on the bottom, more recent on the top? You'd think that geology is never that whatever and easy. How to best describe this? Do you like cake? Of course I like cake, or I enjoy it sometimes. I do. Great, it'll make the analogy easier. What are the chances you've tried oh my goodness. I don't even know how to start with that one. Very low. Non-existent, in fact. Then Black Forest. Less layers than I'd like, but you get the idea. If that other one had as many layers as it was long, then that's gonna be a lot of layers. I for myself do not like cake. I don't like cake at all. I think my dad and my sister like Black Forest. No, I'm thinking of something else, I think. Oh well, who knows? Yes, I'm familiar with it. It'll work as long as I picture a multi-layered cake, right? Exactly. Cakes are all basic sediments, consistent layers and patterns all around. Unlike cake, stratigraphy is a complex puzzle. Hendrik made multiple slices in the air with his hand, gradually lowering the elevation each time to emphasize the point. Layers are slanted due to how they were deposited, whether by alluvial means, weathering, freeze fall, gravity, cave-ins, the list goes on. And then just as a sediment starts to settle, a river or flood may come in and wash the top surfaces away, leaving nothing or portions of the same layer in isolated pockets. Badgers and other burrowing animals cut through layers, disrupting sediments further, or something drastic could take place, like an earthquake, creating faults in misaligned sediments. Therefore, it's up to me to figure it out. I hope I didn't bore you. People have always said I'm married to my job. No, that wasn't boring. I think that's cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to go into archaeology, but it sounds interesting. It wasn't boring at all, honest. If anything, it made me realize how much work goes into understanding the cave's history. It's definitely not easy, but I enjoy the challenge of piecing information together. Since I'm here, I'll be available if you have any other questions or inquiries. He finished the last sentence like a well-rehearsed routine. How long have you worked here? Let me think. Nearly 4 years now? I helped my uncle during the summer and then hopped to a few other caves depending on their excavating schedules. After he glanced upward, his eyes widened and he slapped his forehead. I'm supposed to be a Namur soon. I hope it didn't startle you earlier. My uncle did mention there would be students staying here on the weekend, but it slipped my mind. It's nice finally meeting you, Hendrik. Likewise. I'll be sure to ask you if I have any other geology questions. That's what I'm here for. I'll see you on Monday. Oh, now we're gonna be totally alone. Oh no, I hate being alone. Well, actually, I like it. It just sounds scary, doesn't it? Yay, success. Ooh. Oh my goodness, time to do this now? The teacher said 1 week in the cave and then 1 week in the lab, so let's do cave first and then we'll do lab, and then, I don't know, I think I'm just gonna alternate until I need more culture! I need more culture! This one gives us a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, I can only do 2 things of volunteering. Okay. This should be my schedule for right now. Hopefully that's good. I tried to make sure everything rises equally, except for stress. We need stress to go down, but it's only at 2 out of 100, so I don't think we need to worry too much about that. But anyways, I guess I'll stop. Oh, I did the relationship thing! Oh, cool. Oh, looks like Deandra likes me the most. Oh yeah, Joan is here, so looks like she likes me about the least. First is Deandra. I'm not too surprised. Then looks like Tyler. Then Hendrik and Shoji look like they're about equal, and then Joan. Oh, that's so cool. I can click on them. Yep. Cool. That's cool. Yeah, oh, that was interesting. Journal. Yeah, okay. That was interesting, but now I'm gonna stop for right now. And see you guys later. And I'm Caprinigh signing off. Bye-bye.